if you were a jerk in life, you're going to probably be a jerk in the afterlife and so forth. If you were good and I think whatever was there was really a nasty person or nasty people. And I brought some of that back with me, and it really, it put me through a ringer, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Today I'm here with Daryl and Corbyn from Dead Live. Gonna be Dead Live coming soon.
Yeah, man.
And everybody's gonna be familiar with Daryl. We know you from Ghost Hunters, obviously.
Yeah.
You're an icon in the paranormal activity community. And you guys have this brand new project, Dead Live. Daryl, could you tell our watchers, our readers, a little bit about it and kind of what Dead Live is?
Yeah, Dead Live is something that was kind of born about 7 months ago between me, my partner at Paranormal Warehouse, Mike, who is actually one of the cast members on the show, and we brought in a couple of producer buddies of ours from RK Media, Rich and Todd from Apple Box Video. And we built this new type thing where we want to do an actual live investigation, interactive with the actual viewer. So it's the first ever live paranormal interactive show. So basically what the viewer can do is they go in ahead of time and they can vote on the locations where they want us to investigate, the equipment they want us to use, the experiments they want us to use, and they can put us wherever they want in this particular location, wherever we're investigating. And they'll get to do that ahead of time, a few days in advance. We actually have a website set up for them where they can go there, they can vote, they can put us where they want, and they can also live stream and live chat with us during the actual investigation. So if someone sees something we don't, they can tell our producers, and our producers will tell us, hey guys, people are seeing something in room 4. Go check it out. So it's kind of like the first ever interactive paranormal live show, and it's free. You can't beat that. You don't have to go subscribe anywhere or do anything like that and pay $5 a month or $10 a month. It's free for everybody. You'll go right to our sites. You'll go right to our YouTube pages, our Facebook pages. It'll all be in the streaming service, and you go and you watch it. It's all sponsor driven.
That is wild. That is a crazy concept too, man. Where did the idea for this come from? Is the idea much older than 7 months? Like, is this something you thought of a long time ago and you're just now kind of getting the chance to act on it?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. We just didn't have the technology over a year ago for this, for us personally. It takes a lot. I mean, it's not done by we're not walking around with cell phones. We're actually walking around with camera. It's a full production. We have camera ops and everything involved in this. And they have to wear these big, these like radio kind of packs. They look like Navy SEALs, man. They got these big book bags on with all kinds of wires coming out of them and the cameras. So it was something, thank God for, from Rich and Todd over RK Media and Apple Box Video, because they have this technology and they've been using it for quite a while. And bringing them in was a godsend because they knew how to do it. And, me being co-owner of Paranormal Warehouse, one of the largest live paranormal streaming services out there, it was just the right fit for us at the right time. And we were trying to get into more of the ad content and working with people like Corbyn up here, who, he's a YouTuber, does a lot of stuff for TikTok and Instagram. So we're trying to cross it over. And we've been trying to do that for like 2 years now. And it just is finding the right fit, the right time, and the right person to do it. And I think with Corbyn here, we got that.
I think this is perfect. I think everything about this show is going to be insane. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, me too. Corbyn, I'd love to ask him. You're kind of the newest member of the team, I understand.
Yeah,
and I'd love to know a little bit more about your background and kind of what you've done in the past, paranormal investigation and whatnot.
Well, yeah, I pretty much started off on YouTube, just exploring abandoned spots, and as time progressed, I got more into like the paranormal side of things. So I'm like, okay, I'm experiencing all these crazy different things. Like, I want to know more. I want to have answers to my questions. So just exploring places and investigating and seeing all these different things and experiencing different things. I'm like, I'm doing this forever. Like, this is perfect for me. So, just doing that and TikTok, and it just kind of gained a following just by doing that. I think people like seeing me scared. So I think this would be perfect for me to be live and scared. So you guys want to get that from me.
Yeah,
Corbyn does scare good.
Yeah, I do.
The spirits here, they have fun with you, don't they, Corbyn?
Yeah,
They see you coming, they're like, let's mess with this guy.
Yeah, let's pick on him. I always want to pick on him, so I'm gonna go to.
Daryl, is Dead Live kind of? I mean, are you kicking off a series here? Is this going to be something that happens like regularly?
Yes, it's right now it's a 6-episode series that's going to be launched over the next several months. All live, each investigation is live. There's no narrative. There's no way of faking anything. It's all in the moment. So you don't have, with production companies, and God bless them, we love them. I work with them. A lot of times what you film, months in advance doesn't make it to TV, unfortunately, because it goes in a different direction. Here, you're getting it live in the moment. So the viewer who's sitting on their couch at home or who's sitting in their car or at work and are watching us live on their phone or on their tablet or even on their TV, they're seeing it in the moment. So it's like they're there. And they're getting to interact with us, which is really cool. They're getting to actually talk to us through a live feed and talk to our producers. And actually, there's chances to actually have conversations with us as well during the actual show. So we can, they could tell us what's going on, what they're seeing. And it's just, it's a good time. So people are not having to go out and spend money on the location and travel, and they're not having to go, to join some service, for $7, $8, $10 a month. They get to watch it for free on social media, on YouTube, and all these different streaming services where it's going to be running live. So it's a really good opportunity for everybody. It's fun. It's a great time.
Yeah, it does sound like a good time.
And I just want to add to what Daryl just said. Since this is being live, it brings, like you said, it brings the viewers like that real authentic experience. Like not everyone that's brave enough to go out there and investigate in location. So the fact that we can all come together and give people that experience is just going to be insane. Yeah. So I'm excited about this. Awesome.
Me too. I think people are going to dig this. Corbyn, I want to ask you, man, what is maybe one of the most intense or sort of frightening situations you found yourself in the past, doing some investigation?
Man.
What comes to
mind? Gosh, I have tons, but I can think of one investigation I had. It was at this local place in my hometown. And I was investigating, and I was on the second floor and looking up to the ballroom. I seen a creature. I'm talking like almost octopus tentacles. You know what I mean? Like I was so scared. I just stood there and I just froze up. And I told my friend, I think I just seen something crazy. So knowing me, I go back and investigate because I just want to know more. So then the following night, I seen a woman that's like 10 feet tall, like narrow gray, black hair. Yep, and that did it for me. I just bawled my eyes out. I cried. So,
yeah, I mean, that'll do it.
Get some from me, I swear.
Terrifying. Daryl, I'm curious, man. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time. And one thing that I want to know is how big a role have you found geography plays in sort of what you discover, what sort of paranormal activity is taking place somewhere? Do you find that certain parts of the country seem to have more than others?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, there's certain places you go, like let's for example, like Gettysburg.
Okay.
That's an always go-to for me. I mean, it was a very tragic event that happened very quickly in a small amount of time. So you always get great stuff in places like that. You'll find out a lot of these like prisons and asylums, and it really doesn't matter where in the country they are. You got Eastern States, you got Mansfield, Moundsville, all these different locations, Pennhurst, for example, and you go to these, and there was so much tragic things that happen there, and good things too. Don't get me wrong. We all make it out to be the bad, but and you mix all that together. That's when you get these crazy experiences in these locations. As far as it being certain parts of the country, I tell you, man. I mean, I started out here on the East Coast where I live, almost 20 years ago, and this is my home, and I found a lot of really cool places here. But when I started traveling out west, like out to the Southwest and out to like the Utah and Arizona and places like that, man, I've come across some crazy experiences, some things that I haven't experienced out here. Yeah, it's just a totally different type of haunt, to be honest with you. And as you watch some ghost hunters, some of the places we did, like Alaska and and places in Arizona, New Mexico, where we got some amazing experiences, full body apparitions that are caught on camera. And I had those kind of experiences, but they're they're few and far between, when you're doing some local places out here, to be honest with you. But out there, it was very abundant.
Wow, that's wild. I always, I guess when I think about this stuff, I kind of always think of like New England. I always kind of think of that part of the country as having like a heavy,
well, it's the oldest, that's why. When you're like out here on the East Coast, especially New England, I'm kind of on the very bottom of New England, in Delaware, but it's very old, it's where we established this country. Basically, this is where we landed. But you got to remember, man, the Native Americans were here way longer than we were. And so you get a lot of that stuff out in the Midwest, out in the Southwest, even out to like California. You get some crazy experiences, man, that you just can't wrap your head around. To be honest with you, it's crazy. Yeah,
that is wild. Corbyn, do you find that you encounter more sort of negative energy or sort of kind of like that negative side of the paranormal energy, as opposed to like maybe more positive? Like, do you ever just like happen upon like something that you're like, oh, this is just like a nice sort of happy energy here? Does that ever happen?
It starts off that way. You might early in the investigation, it might be like, okay, this is a little girl. Then start asking more questions, and something just gets agitated. So I would say like 75% of the time I'm messing around with negative stuff. But I'm brave. I'm not really afraid of it. I'm afraid of what I might experience, but I'm not afraid to step in there and say, ask questions and try to get answers. I have a brave face. So.
Underneath the surface.
yeah, underneath the surface. So.
Do you guys? I'll pose this to both of you. We'll start with Daryl, and Corbyn, you can answer too. Do you ever find that maybe like certain situations sort of stay with you longer? Like, do you feel like a I don't want to say existential, but like, do you feel like a heaviness or a weight sometimes that's maybe different than other encounters?
Yeah. I mean, for example, I did a location. This wasn't on a show or anything. This is about 7 or 8 years ago. And I actually wrote a book about it that's coming out next year. It's a place up in Cleveland, and it's actually where our first show is going to take place, the House of Wills.
Oh, that's where I'm from.
Cleveland. Okay.
I'm originally from Cleveland.
Have you heard of the House of Wills?
I haven't. No, this is new to me.
Dude, it's insane. Well, I had an experience there where something actually, when I say it feels like an imprint, like you taking a part of it with you. Like, it's like, if you get a tattoo or a scar on you, you brought a part of that back with you. And that's how it felt. And I dealt with it for quite a while, where it messed with my psyche. It messed with me as a human, where, it was a very dark energy. I don't use the word demon or any of that stuff. But there are dark energies out there, and I always try to kind of put it in, like if you were a jerk in life, you're going to probably be a jerk in the afterlife, and so forth. If you were good, and I think whatever was there was really a nasty person or nasty people, and I brought some of that back with me, and it really it put me through a ringer, man. I'm not gonna lie, it humbled me, and it made me a better investigator. It really did. It kicked my butt. I mean, it really put it. And I mean, for me to sit down, and I wrote a book about it last year into this year, which is getting published and it's going through editing right now. It's coming out like next spring. That says a lot, because I'm not a writer. I'm not an author. I'm not. But I sat down, and I tell you, it was like counseling for me. I was able to get it off my chest by sitting down and writing about it. And that was my place, man. The House of Wills. Yeah.
Wow. Corbyn, how about you, man?
I would say Ohio, Fairfield County Infirmary. I was investigating. At the time, I was going through something personal at home, and I was investigating the location, and I asked a question, and it got really personal with me. After we started using the Ouija board, and after Ouija board, stuff started changing. So there came a point where I asked a question, and after that is blacked out. I don't remember anything. If I didn't have my friends there and we have cameras there, I still would have remembered anything. So it came to a point where I'm walking and I go down this hallway and then I stand there. Like, they're like, "Are you okay? Like, are you okay?" And I was like, "I don't like Adam." And I have and that's Adam's the owner of that location. So I'm like, "I don't have any issues with Adam. Like, why would you even say that?" So basically I just like said that, and they're like, "Yeah, you got to go." And when they pulled me out, my eyes were like dilated. It was weird. So that moment like took me out for about 4 to 5 months. I didn't investigate, just kind of just realizing what happened, try to get better. Maybe, I don't know, just try to find answers. But that was one of those moments, like, girl, like one of those humbling moments, like, okay, let me resurface and figure some things out.
Wow.
Yeah. It was heavy. It was heavy.
Golly. Daryl, have you found anything that you can sort of do to prepare yourself to like kind of give you a defense against some of that?
Yeah, I always tell everybody, and I get asked this question a lot on like radio shows and podcasts and stuff I do. People always ask, how do you prepare yourself? Well, I tell you, the first thing you want to do is you never take baggage in with you. When I mean baggage, you don't take, like, if you're having personal problems or financial problems or any kind of problems at home, you don't want to go, because if there's something that's a darker energy there or entity, it will latch onto that and it will use it against you. So that's one of the things. Another thing is I go in these days, and I learned this from my experiences from years ago. I go in as a complete observer. I don't go in, I don't taunt. I may ask questions, and that's about it. And I always tell, when I get there, I always tell whatever is there, if there is anything there, because it's not always paranormal. I tell it, hey, look, I'm here just to observe. Yeah. I'm not here to try to make you leave or do anything or do tricks. I'm just here to observe and see what happens. And that's how that's my defense. And I've not had a problem since, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I want to ask about ghost hunters, if you don't mind, Daryl.
Yeah.
I'd love to get, there's the new revival, reboot, whatever on Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
And I would love to just kind of, what are your thoughts on that? That happening without some of you original guys.
Well, oh man, dude, I tell you, I had a chance to sit down with some of these guys, the Steve and Jason and Sherry, back last September. We were all in Jersey. We had a big a Paracon we did there, and I tell you what, phenomenal people, man. I can't say a bad thing about them. I love them. They're the OGs, the originals that started it. And I tell you, man, I'm happy for them. And I put this out in the post over a year ago when, we found out, guys, congrats. You guys deserve it. Kill it. And, I tell everybody ever asks me, what do you think of this? And guys, support them. Amazing people, great people. And I appreciate being a Ghost Hunters alumni and being one of the lead investigators on Ghost Hunters. That was an amazing experience for me. And I tell you, man, these guys, they paved the road for all these new shows that are out there. If it wasn't for Ghost Hunters, there would be no Ghost Adventures, none of these other shows. And a lot of shows were born from Ghost Hunters, like Kindred Spirits, for example. You got 2 alumni on there with Amy and Adam. Also great people. I got, I met them, back in September as well. So guys, whoever's watching this, Ghost Hunters, go check them out. Amazing people.
That's awesome. Well, look, and there's that, and coming up, they can see you guys on Dead Live, and I want to give you a one last chance to kind of like tell fans what to expect. What do you want to say to everybody who's interested?
First of all, amazing cast of people. You got myself, you got Corbyn here, you've got 𝐏𝐿𝐴, who's a 9th generation psychic medium, very well respected up in the New York area, and she's blowing up. You got Mike Diamond from Paranormal Warehouse, www.paranormalwarehouse.com. He's my partner. That's one of the actual sites you can actually watch Dead Live on as well. And it's the first interactive live paranormal show. and it's just going to be a great time. It's going to run about 5 hours every episode live from the location. It's fully produced, so it's going to be it's not going to be done by cell phones where signals are dropping out and it's getting all wonky. It's actually professionally done. You're going to have camera guys there and sound people and everything. So it's very well done, and it's a very exciting time. And it's the right time to come out with something like this. You got a great guy, Corbyn, who we just brought into the mix. I can't wait to get him out there and get him started. And I'm excited. It's an exciting time in paranormal. It's an exciting time to launch this summer, and I'm just ready to go, man.
Heck yeah. Corbyn, you want to throw in some final words about Dead Live?
Well, yeah, I'm expecting intensity, us being scared. This is authentic. It doesn't get any more realer than being live in a haunted location. Everything that happens, viewers will see when it happens.
Yep.
It's going to be super intense. I'm super excited to tackle this down with you guys. We have amazing cast, so I'm ready. I'm ready to go out. Let's do it.
Let's do it. And Dead Live, what like the most metal name for a TV show, like
right?
Dead Live.
Dead
Awesome.
Live.
This summer, fans can find your social media, all that. They can get all the details, find out everything that's going on there. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time today. Deeply appreciative of it. I really appreciate you guys spending time chatting with us about Dead Live. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, fellas.